Hey guys, I'm Jonas with PowerEquipmentMan.com. Today we're going to be going over the hot start issue that we've been experiencing with the Yamaha Quietechs. Now, a common symptom of what we call the hot start issue is, if you drove your car, especially it gets worse when our outdoor temperatures start increasing. So especially if we're 80, 90 degrees plus outdoor temperature. But you go to hop on your cart, whether you've driven it previously and then it sat for a little bit and you're going to take off again, or if the cart's just been sitting out in the sun all day in these hot temperatures, but you go to hit the pedal and the cart just cranks over, doesn't want to start. So you'll sit there, it'll be cranking and cranking and cranking. Most people tend to, go wide open with the throttle pedal thinking that that's going to help, or you may let off the pedal and hit it again. And the engine just cranks and cranks and cranks and cranks, and eventually it will slowly start to sputter and creep and then take off and go. And then you stop again and it sits for 10 minutes and you go to try to take off and it does the same thing again. Another symptom is you may just feel like you're low on power, that it runs good a little bit, but then you're kind of low on power, but then it'll go back to running okay. And so you're kind of experiencing a little bit of a running issue or sputtering issue at any RPM range. So we call that the hot start issue. Now, what we finally figured out that's happening, at least in my opinion, what's happening anyways, is on those hot days and the way that these Quietechs have a fully enclosed engine bay, our temperatures inside of this engine bay are really getting hot. So whether it's just from the sun heating the cart up, or whether you drove it a ways and the engine's really hot and then it sits and the temperature in here increases because of that hot engine, what we see is happening is the fuel tank expands. When gas gets hot, it expands, it pushes more vapors. So these fuel tanks have a vent tube here that goes into what we call an evap canister. It's part of the emissions system. So it's pushing fuel vapors into this evap or charcoal canister. And what's supposed to happen is those vapors get drawn through that canister and this little hose runs into the side of our air box so that those vapors eventually get pulled in through the intake and burned so that those vapors aren't just getting put off out into the atmosphere. So that's part of an emission system. Well, what's happening is this fuel tank is creating so much fuel vapor and it's pushing through this system and getting pushed into your intake that it's basically flooding the engine with fuel vapor. Now, I know that might sound a little crazy, but it's just pushing so much vapor into this intake that the engine can't fire. It's being flooded by all these vapors. And as you keep cranking and cranking and cranking, your injector is still firing fuel into the engine too. So it's getting vapors and it's getting the injector firing, and the engine just can't start. It's flooded. So as you crank and crank and crank and crank, it eventually pumps enough of those vapors all the way through the engine to get our air fuel ratio down low enough that it can actually fire the plug and start running. So you're flooding the engine with fuel vapors. So in testing, what we did to fix this problem was these two fittings that come out of the side of this canister. On the bottom fitting, we are just disconnecting that line. So use a flathead screwdriver and you can kind of get that line broke loose off of there and just pulling that line off and leaving it disconnected. We're just kind of tucking it right back in next to that fitting like that. And these have a little, there's kind of a fuel filter looking thing. It's actually a check valve on that line too. But that's how you know that you're on the right line, is if it has a little black fitting in there. But basically just pulling that line off, doing testing, it worked perfect. Once we did that, we never had another issue with them not wanting to start. We never had another issue with it being low on power. That one little change completely fixed the problem. Now, legally, I am not telling you that you can go disconnect your evap canister, your emissions system. I cannot tell you to do that. I'm just telling you that in testing, that's what we did and it fixed the problem. So you can do what you would like with that information. If you guys got some good value out of this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.